Well, there we go, guys. Back for another Sunday stream. How's everybody doing today? Of course, there's nobody here, so just going to hang out till we get some people here, and then we'll get going on today's wonderful topic. Okay, may not be wonderful. Maybe completely boring. I don't know. Miko's concerned that I'm talking to myself again. Hey, buddy. You being go puppy? Yeah, you being go puppy. You want to say hi to the people? Of course you want to say hi to the people. But there's no people here to say hi to. Looks like we have a good solid stream again today. So how's things going today? It's a little chilly here in northern Minnesota. It was -6 when I got up this morning. Registering -4 right now, I believe. Was a few minutes ago at least. Let's see. Oh, -5. A little chilly for early December, but we'll survive. Heat in the shop is great, so no concerns there. Got what may be an interesting topic today. Don't know. So get a few people in here and we'll start talking about it. Until then, I just had a pretty good week while we're gone. Other than the fact I sprained my wrist. Don't know how. It's a little sore. It's left-handed, stupid anyways. Doesn't do much. Yesterday and this morning I was working on what I think is going to be an interesting project, interesting video for all of you who like to save money and still need to get stuff done. So, well, that video will be coming out in a few weeks, as long as everything works out okay. So, let's see, what else is going on? Set up Miko's neutering appointment for January. He's thrilled. Yeah, good thing he's a dog, right? So, but yeah, so getting him neutered. He's 2 years old in a few days. Let's see, what is the 7th today? Okay, so 11 more days. He'll be 2 years old. So, of course, my phone starts blowing up as soon as we start the stream. But we can ignore that. It's on vibrate. Nothing important. So let's see. What else we got going on today over the week? Got a little bit more snow. Not much, but it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere now. A couple of days ago, I went and spent about 3 hours helping flood one of the local ice rinks. For those of you who don't live in the north, that's where we go make ice outside. Nice, hopefully flat ice for the pleasure skaters and the hockey players and whatnot. My grandson is practicing his skating this year, and he's been Mom's been taking him to one of the open skate days, and so he can do some skating, get practice at skating. He's really excited to play hockey. We're pretty big fans of the local college team. Have season tickets for Saturday home games, so we enjoy that. And the grandson just absolutely adores it. When he doesn't fall asleep during the game, he's had a busy day. Sometimes he just puts on his headphones and crashes out. So that's what's going on. No hockey, local hockey this weekend, but our team did win last night. So it looks like a fairly solid win. They're doing really well. If you want to look them up, the UMD Bulldogs on the NCHC League and NCAA Men's College Hockey. They're doing pretty good. So we're excited for that this season. It's been a few years since they've had a good season, but they got some good solid team and good solid players, and everybody seems to be staying fairly healthy. So got that going for us. Let's see what else is going on. Oh man, the local shopping sucks. Been trying to source parts for a couple of different things, and I cannot find anything locally for some of this stuff. Everything's got to be ordered online, and of course, this time of year, everything takes forever. Nothing shows up on time, so we're waiting for parts for a bunch of stuff, which it's kind of annoying. But you come up with these project ideas, and then you got to get the stuff for them, and if you can't find it locally, you got to order it, and it takes a while, and ordering some stuff to make some Christmas presents and on Black Friday sale, and there were two different versions of what I wanted. And, so one version said out of stock, so I picked the other version, and I needed three of them, and go ahead and order them. Everything goes through, and I had to order some other stuff for another project from the same company, and that stuff showed up, and I said, well, how come I haven't got a shipping notification on the other stuff? So I went back and looked, and sure enough, that one's now out of stock too, and expected delivery, February 2026. Doesn't make a very good Christmas present that way, coming in February. So back onto the internet, searched around, found a company that does have them in stock, and and ordered from them. I believe it's Penn State Industries. Thank you, guys. That'll be another video coming up. We're doing that build. It's I don't want to say what it is because it's for family members, and sometimes they watch this. Not often, but they do. So let's see, what else do we get going this week? Let's see if we can swing the camera around here. Let me change views here. Now, grab the camera. I don't know if it'll let me swing it here. Switch the camera view. And once it catches up to us here, there's always a few second delay on the stream. Okay, there we go. And let's see, will it let us pan that way far? Okay, I'm gonna have to switch views here so I can actually see what I'm doing. Oops, actually I hit snooze instead of sleep for the. No, not that way. We want to go this way. Got a bunch of videos coming up on this thing here. This is a John Deere 750 from 1983. Got several videos on this coming up, some upgrades, but even though it's got summer fuel in it, we're going to go ahead and it started up just fine the other day when we had it sitting outside, and it was cold. Not as cold as it is today, but it was cold, and fuel didn't gel up. It started up, able to get it back in the shop. That's how we get rid of the piles of snow here at the lake. It's tractor, and that's the new to me one. So it's 1983 John Deere 750, and we got some upgrades for that. We're going to switch it over to a skid steer quick attach. The existing hydraulic valve for the bucket does not have a float position. So we ordered a new valve that has a float position. So we're going to install that. Let's see. The work lights on it are terrible. So we're going to be adding some LED work lights to it. We get those installed. It does have a backhoe, and I think we're going to be taking the backhoe off for a couple of reasons. Main one being that most of the hoses on the backhoe need to be replaced because they all ooze. So there's a damp spot underneath the backhoe. The rest of it seems pretty good. Then we have to think of we got to do something for a block heater for it. Possibly the standard John Deere block heater where you remove a plug and screw it in, or we may just go with a magnetic block heater. Not sure right at the moment, but we'll figure something out. Doing some more research on that, figuring out what we need to do. All right. So that's pretty much what's been going on this week. Yeah, I forgot to bring the valve body, new valve body with me. It's still sitting at home. So anyhow, today's topic, these things, shop chemicals. There's all kinds of shop chemicals for your shop. You name it. So what are the most important ones? Well, we got switch over here, different view. Yeah, we're going to go to this one. Miko's coming over to say hi. So let's move over where we're going to talk about some shop chemicals here as soon as the camera moves. There we go. So this is the shelf above my bench. It's where I keep most of the most used chemicals. So there's all kinds of stuff you can have in your shop. There's tons and tons and tons of different chemicals, but there's some stuff that every shop should have. So here we've got Aerocroil, PB Blaster, all-purpose lubricant, the Silicroil, which is silicone-based Croil, like the Aerocroil, which is probably the best penetrant that I have. What else do we have up here? So we have a disinfectant spray, a can of blow off. That's for upcoming video that we're going to be doing. Oh, hi, Miko. Hi, buddy. Yeah. Yes, I know. I'm talking to myself again. But I'm doing it out loud. I'm sorry. Yes. I know that confuses you. So, yeah, he's as tall as I am. Not that I'm that tall. So, let's see. Brake clean. I recommend having both chlorinated and unchlorinated brake clean in the shop. Neither of which you should ever use for cleaning metal before welding. The chlorinated stuff will make phosgene gas when you weld, and it will kill you. There's no when it kills you or make you a little sick. It just kills you. Phosgene gas is really bad. Don't use that for cleaning welds. So we got spray glass cleaner. There's a couple of cans of it up here. One that I found that I really, really like. Let's see, where is it? Oh, right here. The PB Blaster dry lube. Great stuff for saw blades, and if you go to the wiring the winch, when I was having problems getting the wire loom over the wires, this is what I used. I just gave this a little spray down the tube, slid right on, and it's just a dry powdered lube in a liquid form. The liquid flashes off really quick, and so great stuff. Over here, some electronics cleaner, quick drying formula, and yeah, don't do it when something's plugged in. I learned that the hard way. because it will if there's an arc. You know, you spray it, say, while the motor's running. Yeah, you'll get flames. Thread locker. Got to have some thread locker. I've got a couple of different kinds floating around. Pipe sealant. Great stuff to have around. So die chem. I have it in blue and red. I like the red because if you put the red on something and you're doing sheet metal layout or something and you do the red and you cut yourself, you can't tell. So we got that up here. We got quite a few cans of purple primer and PVC cement. So there's anti-seize up here, a couple of different flavors of anti-seize. What else do we have up here? Some different pipe dopes. Some bug killer. Both the spray and insect repellent up there. Because when we have the door open in the summertime, we use the yard guard type spray to keep the bugs from coming in the shop, and then insect repellent for when they're really bad. Carburetor and choke cleaner. I think that's pretty much covers it. And all your different styles of lubricants up there. So that's the basics of those chemicals. And if you got any questions about them or comments of what you have, please put it over in the comments. And Miko's coming back to say hi again. Hi, buddy. Yes, hi. Oh, yes, I know I'm talking to myself. Oh, that's my ear. Yes. Yes. Little nibbles. Hi. Say hi to the people. Look, over here. Say hi to the people. There you go. Say hi. Okay. Yes. Yes, hugs. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to take a quick break here and let him out. Be right back. Come on, outside. Sorry about that. But when the dog wants to go out, the dog wants to go out. So something else here. Got heavy duty shop towels, hand and tool wipes. These are the scrub nut stuff. Really like these. They do an amazing job, along with the scrub nuts hand soap. Best shop hand soap I've ever used, by far. It gets my hands cleaner than anything else, than any of the other ones I've ever tried. Now, for some of probably my most favorite shop chemical, the acetone. This can's getting a little empty. Got to buy some more. But this is the most useful chemical in the shop, by far. For cleaning oily parts, oily steel, prepping for welding, wiping off aluminum before welding, after you wire brush it. And it has so many uses. Paint remover, residue, like sticky residue remover. I've got a short coming out on that real quick here. Let's see. There's literally thousands of uses for the acetone, and it doesn't hurt your hands. The worst thing it does is dry out your cuticles a little bit. It is the exact same stuff that is in fingernail polish remover, except it doesn't have perfume added to it. So in a pinch, you can use fingernail polish remover. If you don't have any acetone, you can go steal your wife's fingernail polish remover, or your fingernail polish remover for that matter. But buy it by the gallon or the 5 gallon. You can order 5 gallons from Menards, I know. I don't know about Home Depot or Lowe's, but or your local paint supplier can get you, regular paint store can get it for you in 5 gallons if they don't have it. That's of course the most economical way to buy it is the larger quantities, and then switch it from a 5 gallon can into some 1 gallon cans. Great stuff to keep around. So we've also got mineral spirits and paint reducers for paints and all that stuff over on the other shelves. Citrus-based paint stripper, great thing to carry in the shop. Brake fluid. It's not just for brakes. Say you have an aluminum part that's anodized and you want to remove the anodizing, you can soak that part in brake fluid and it will take the anodizing off. So yeah, don't drip it on your good wheels, but it will remove anodizing. Let's see, what else chemical wise do we keep in the shop at a regular basis? I don't know. What do you guys keep in your shop on a regular basis? Put it down there in the comments. Let me know what chemicals that you think are essential that I haven't listed yet, or ones that I have listed. Do you have special uses for them? Something that's out of the order. Carb dip is another one. Keep a can of carb dip around. Great for cleaning up parts. Then we have, of course, stuff for machining. Buy WD-40 by the gallon. Get yourself one of these spray bottles. And again, most economical way to buy it. It sprays just as good as a pressurized can, but it's way cheaper. Now, this is my go-to for non-ferrous metal machining, aluminum especially. It's great for that. And then got Anchor Lube for tapping. I really like the Anchor Lube. It works on, I think, all metals, or a good majority of metals. And dart cutting oil. And then, of course, your regular oils, non-detergent 30 weight for your small engines. And I use it, non-detergent 30 weight in the for lubing the lathe. It works really good for that. So lots of uses for this stuff besides what you normally use it for. Of course, I've got tractors now. Kind of have tractors. I sold the other one, but my uncle bought it, so I'm still in charge of servicing it. So that's got to have chemicals to service everything, and having some of the stuff on hand, like hydraulic fluid to top off hydraulics, because hydraulics leak. Not all of them, but a good chunk of them. So keeping a bottle of a lot of that stuff around, is probably a good idea. Looking at the shelves, trying to see what other chemicals that I have. Paintbrush cleaner, which I don't use very often. Distilled water. There's a chemical that you wouldn't think about, but having distilled water around is great for your everyday uses. For everything from topping off batteries, which nobody does anymore because they're all sealed batteries. But if you got an old battery that you can take the tops off and top it off, you want to use distilled water for that. Some people insist on using distilled water for their coolant mix in their cars. I honestly don't think it's worth it. I don't think there's enough solids in normal water to worry about using distilled water for if you're gonna do it. Just concerned about it, and you don't want to buy distilled water. Just take some gallon jugs and fill them with water and let them sit for about a week, so the most of the air bubbles come out of them, and then you mix up your coolant and put it in your car. So that pretty much covers chemicals, unless you guys have something to add to that. Wow, almost half an hour worth of chemical talk. Okay, so why do I pick certain chemicals over? I'm not brand loyal at all, other than like the Aerocroil and the Silicroil, which are two of my favorites. Otherwise, I buy what's on sale. And the CRC Brake Clean is usually the cheapest one I can find around that isn't a complete generic. But other than that, yeah, there's no brand loyalty there. It's just what we've got for the best price. Oh, here's one that most people don't have in their shop. I can see it on the camera. Lighter fluid. It's another great chemical for cleaning. Learned that from my dad. He used it, had to use it to clean one of his ink off one of his machines. So, yeah, this is the Ronsonol brand, Zippo, whatever. It's all the same stuff. Great for small cleaning projects. Gun oil is not just for guns. It's a good, high quality lubricant. So, great thing to have around. You got air tools. Air tool oil. A couple of drops before you use it every time. This is the Marvel brand. Wet dog food. So if you've got a large dog, having some dog food around is probably not a bad thing to have. He typically gets dry, but he's a little spoiled, so he gets a couple of spoonfuls of wet in every bowl. Okay, so UV leak detector. Not something that everybody's going to have. It's not that expensive. You don't use a whole lot of it when you're putting it. You put a little bit in, and then you get the more expensive part is the UV flashlight, which I believe is hanging down on the end of the toolbox there. I was searching. I needed to find the leak in the old tractor. Wasn't quite sure where it was coming from, and so got that. But I've used it a bunch since then for other leaks that are hard to distinguish where they're coming from. That happened to be the sight glass for the transmission case. Was this is where the leak was coming from. Of course, you have to tear the whole thing apart to get to the sight glass. So annoying. That was going to be a video, but unfortunately, that's when I had a bunch of stuff going on and lost a ton of footage of tearing it apart, and a good chunk of putting it back together got corrupted. And so that video didn't end up happening. But so what other chemicals do you guys use? Put it in the comments. Let me know if there's anything special and a special use for something that I've mentioned. Something out of the ordinary. There's millions of chemicals out there you can have in your shop, but those are the ones that I think most people should have around, just to make your shop work and your life easier. But yeah, share what you use. Sorry, keyboard's really dirty and it's annoying me. You should get that can of air up there and spray off the keyboard, but that air is not for cleaning keyboards or electronics. It's a special use case. So if you've got a stuck fastener and just heating it's not helping. Uh, you can freeze it. So heat up the fastener with your propane or acetylene or whatever torch, and then turn one of those air cans upside down, and liquid air comes out of them, and it is extremely cold. It will give you frostbite in seconds. However, it does also cool off stuff and make it shrink. So, shocking it from really hot to really, really cold will break loose a fastener most of the time. Won't say 100% of the time, but it does a really good job of freeing up stuck parts. You can use it just by itself too. You don't have to heat it first. You can just freeze the part, and a lot of times that'll help too. Same as heating. It's just heat is, of course, a little bit better if you got interference fit that you need to put together, and you can't heat the part for some reason, and you're not going to go out and buy the doer of liquid nitrogen. A lot of times canned air works just as well. Just flip it upside down and the liquid air will come out and it will cool off your part. Not as good as liquid nitrogen, but it does work. Let's see, what else do we use chemicals for? We can go on and talk about some other unusual shop supplies that I think everybody should have in their shop. Here's one right here. Just used it this morning. Cling wrap. You can use it for wrapping up parts for paint. You can use it for wrapping up parts to protect them. It's like stretch wrap, but it's a little more easier to get, and you can always go steal the stuff out of the kitchen if you need it, which is what I did because I seem to be out here in the shop. So, but cling wrap's a good one to have around. Another kitchen item that's good to have around the shop is parchment paper. It comes in wide rolls. It's really nice if you want a clean surface to work on, and and it's fairly inexpensive. So go ahead and put the parchment paper on there. See, what else do we have handy here that people should know to have in their shop? This is the unusual stuff. Everybody knows about the normal stuff. I'm thinking. Yeah, I know. I'm not talking. I'm thinking. So, what chemicals are you guys putting in? What shop supplies do you find necessary on a not day-to-day basis, but fairly regularly? Something you use? So, yeah, put it down in the comments. Something that you use or you've seen used that you wouldn't think of using. Yeah, aluminum foil is another one. It's great for wrapping up parts for painting and general protection. It's nice because it holds its shape once you put it in shape. It's really easy to work with. I get the rolls from the club stores, Sam's Club. What's the other big one? I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyhow, they sell the commercial thickness, commercial rolls that are way wider and much nicer to keep in the shop, even though they take up a bunch of room, but they're handy. So, what else do we have that you guys use that you'd recommend? Put it in the comments. Let other people know what you use, and maybe somebody will find it helpful or handy when they're reading through the comments. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and get demonetized here. but it is what it is. Yeah, just plain old water. It's another good one to have in the shop. Spray bottle comes in way handier than you'd think. And of course, your regular cleaning products. Oven cleaner is another one. Not the non-corrosive. You don't have to wear gloves with oven cleaner. Real oven cleaner. It also removes anodizing and it works really well. So, and once again, it's inexpensive. Of course, you've got your simple green and fast orange and all those degreasers. I usually buy it by the gallon and mix per the directions. I can make a stronger mix or a lighter mix. And instead of buying the individual the spray bottles, I just buy the spray bottle once and then just buy the concentrate and mix it from there. Another good use for distilled water is mixing up those chemicals. If you're a welder, nozzle dip for keeping your nozzle clean and anti-spatter sprays are a good thing to keep around. I just ran out of anti-spatter spray the other day, and so that's on my shopping list. So I've got to grab that next time I go to the welding store. Actually, I got a gift card from Northern Tool. Yeah, I'm going to use the Northern Tool gift card. I'll go up to Northern Tool and pick up the couple cans of anti-spatter. And of course, there's literally, depending on what your projects are, there are literally thousands and thousands of different things that, supplies that you keep around your shop that somebody else doesn't. I mean, we do everything here, so we've got an amazing collection of chemicals and adhesives and everything else. And of course, I love auctions, so that's always a good go-to is going to auctions. And over on the shelf there, I can see a bunch of stuff that I got from auctions. That I've got complete assortment of sandpaper holders, 3M that hold the full sheets of sandpaper. Got those at an auction for a couple of bucks, and good way to store that sandpaper. I've also got a homemade rack right next to it to hold more sandpaper. Of different grits and styles. I've got a lot of wet dry. And then just regular 3M sandpaper in those. 3M's a good brand for sandpaper. I've got some big packages of Norton sandpaper over there that I got at an auction. Of course, I've got probably 6 or 7 different wood glues over on the shelf. I see a quart bottle of Gorilla regular wood glue, some Type Bond 3, a big gallon jug of Type Bond 1 that's probably bad. It's been around for quite a while. Got that at a rummage sale, so I don't even know how old it is. I just checked to make sure it was still a liquid, and I think they wanted $1 for it, so I bought it. What other chemicals are over there on the woodworking side of the shop? That not a whole lot. There's some stuff. Of course, we've got in the paint cabinet back there. We've got a bunch of different stains and finishes. I like wiping poly for hand rub finish. That's been my go-to for quite a few years now. Been thinking about ordering some Rubio Monocoat. If any of you guys use that in your woodworking projects, go ahead and put it down in the comments. Let me know what you think of it. I see it being used online on different woodworking channels, and people seem to like it. And I think we might give it a try in a project we've got coming up at some point. Don't know when that project's going to go. waiting for some feedback from some other people and what exactly they want. If they, it's been sitting, the materials have been sitting in the shop for a long time. It's been about 3 years now. They've been sitting there, and I don't know if they still want that project done or not. But they paid for the materials and they're sitting there, so I may use them for something else. I don't know. I have to get a hold of them and see if they still want to go ahead with that. They found the materials and brought them to me, and then they put a hold on it, and so I'm so they're getting free storage is what they're getting, but they don't take up a lot of room. They just sitting on the table, and but they're going to have to go soon because we're going to be doing a complete shop reorganization here in the spring. Going to be moving a lot of stuff around, switching stuff around, just to make workflow easier. And we're probably going to get a dumpster and fill a dumpster as well. There's a lot of stuff in here that doesn't need to be here anymore. It's left. You buy a box of stuff at an auction, a bundle, a box of tools, and you wanted 3 or 4 tools out of there, and the other stuff just needs to go away. So I was just digging through one the other day and found a whole probably 3 or 4 different sizes of old furniture tacks or carpet tacks with the boxes split open, and they were just laying in the bottom of the box all mixed together. Those just got dumped into the scrap steel bin. So looking on the shelves over there, I've got oil filters for just about every vehicle that I own. And that vehicle is actually written on the box, so I know which one goes to which. So if you need to change the oil for some reason, got the filter there. Don't have much oil in the shop right now. Been trying to use up what I have and clear that out, and just buying enough to finish. If I have a gallon of diesel oil, then I'll just buy enough to do the oil change and get rid of that stuff, because oil technology is changing and the vehicles are using different stuff, and so and of course I've got everything to fix everything around here too. You got spare wire, spare outlets, spare parts for everything, which comes in handy when you're not next to a store. It's one thing if Menards or Home Depot is 15 minutes away, but when it's 2.5, well, figure shopping time, going to Menards from here is a 3-hour round trip, and Home Depot's 3.5 hours round trip. So it's not convenient to run and get something. And the nearest hardware store knows that they are in the middle of nowhere, and their prices reflect that, which is unfortunate, but sometimes you got to pay what you got to pay. If you need it now, you need it now. Their hours are really bad too. They don't have great hours on the weekends. All right, guys, we've been at it for 45 minutes, and nobody's made comments again, so we're going to go ahead and cut this off here. And thanks for joining us, those who did. And if you're watching this in the future, go down there in the comments. Put what chemicals you use. And if you have some odd stuff that you keep in your shop for strange projects or for normal projects, or use for a product that isn't what it's specifically designed for, but it works well for it, put that down there too. Don't forget to subscribe, like, go down to the merch store, grab yourself some merch. And next Sunday, 7 p.m. So From now on, we're going to be switching to a 7 p.m. stream time on Sundays. We'll catch you then.